Okay. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy, Uncle Bruce, in my high tech studio with the green screen behind me to give you the illusion that I'm in a little den here in Palm Desert, California. How would you know? Love fooling you guys. It's what I do. Great to have you here. It's Thursday, February the 9th, 2023. It really is. We're here an hour before we open, trying to make sense of what this market is going to do and what's it got in mind for us. I see the Dow up 192, which is a nice little start, 0.56 of a percentage point. We've got S&P up 0.7. We're sitting at 29-point gain there, and we have a 134-point gain on the NASDAQ, 1.07%. A good start so far. Crude oil down 81 cents at 77.66, and that's a good thing because that means that crude and inflation and gas prices will be kept in check. The key, of course, and the magical question is, can crude oil go into the low 70s? Initial jobless claims rise by 13,000. Headline just coming out to 196,000 in early February. Now, remember January, about 2 weeks ago, we got the jobs report, how many jobs were created. It was 518,000 or something, unbelievably, double what they were predicting, or was it 580,000? It was huge. Jobs claims rising by 13,000 is nothing to worry about per se, except it's good news in a way because it might be showing a slowing economy beginning to finally take its toll. Unemployment has to rise, or at least the unemployed numbers have to rise. I have a tough time, though, believing that they're going to rise very much because even though we're hearing about layoffs at all kinds of companies, we are also hearing about the fact that there are 11 million job openings out there. And so if the Disneys of the world and the Amazons and all the other major companies that have announced layoffs, add them all up, even the guys who say 10,000 jobs, so 150,000 jobs have been lost, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 jobs out of 11 million openings. Nothing burger, although it's a trend and it might be a wave that will accelerate. Yeah, it could happen. We'll find out. Anyway, we're watching this. We're watching this closely as we always do, and we'll see how the market wants to kind of react to it. Talk that's going on right now. I mentioned this on the pre-alert show for my Gold Bagel members. By the way, welcome Gold Bagel members, all members of this channel, all viewers of this channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you for being a subscriber of this channel. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you all. I mentioned this morning something on the Trade Alert, the Gold Bagel Member Alert show, and that was something called rate inversions, or the rate inversion. What the hell does that mean? Fancy talk from Wall Street. It basically means this. In the old days, you'd go to your bank and say, I got $5,000 and I want to get interest on my money. And the banker would say, how long do you want to put it in for? If you give it to us for a year, we'll give you 1% interest. You give it to us for 2 years, we'll give you 1.5%. You give it to us for 5 years, we'll give you 3% interest. What would you like? The longer you leave it with us, the more we'll pay you every year in interest. But you got to keep it until the end. So if it's a 5-year deal, you might get the interest every year only, or you get all the interest compounded at the end of the deal. It depends on what CD you're talking about. Those are the old days. That's normal. Today, you go to the bond market and look to buy a U.S. Treasury, the safest investment you can make, and you buy a 2-year Treasury, they will pay you something around 4.4% interest. If you go to the bond market and say, I want to buy a 10-year Treasury, not a 2-year, I want to buy a 10-year Treasury, I want to go longer, 3.6%. You get 0.8% less on your money for tying it up for 10 dang years. Now, in the bond market, let's be honest, if you buy a 10-year Treasury, you're not tied up for 10 years. It's so liquid, you can sell it tomorrow. The difference is, and the reality is, though, that the amount of return you're going to get No matter how long you hold these notes, even if you buy a 2-year for 30 days and a 10-year at the same time for 30 days, you put 10 grand into this one, 10 grand into this one. The 2-year will pay you the amount of 4 point whatever percent per year on a divided into a daily basis, and the treasury, the 10-year, will pay you 3.6. When you sell them off in 30 days, you will theoretically get your 10 grand plus the interest you earned if rates haven't changed much since. That's the wild card in a short-term option, a short-term treasury trade, because treasury notes, like stocks, fluctuate all the time. Interest rates fluctuate by hundreds of percentage points, equaling trillions of dollars of value won and lost. And they pay interest once per year, or depending on the bond, some pay monthly, some pay quarterly, doesn't matter. The point is this, all I want to talk to you about is, you put money in for 2 years, you get more money than if you put money in for 10 years. And that is upside down. That is not normal. Like they said in Young Frankenstein, that is abnormal. And something isn't happening here. Something's not right. Why is that? Why are bond players, bond investors willing to accept a lower yield on their money, a lower return for a 10-year note than a 2-year note? You'd think that bond investors would rebel and not buy the 10-year note. I'm not buying the 10-year note. You're only going to give me 3.6% for 10 years? Screw you. Inflation's 8%. The hell with you bastards. Well, they say that anyway, but they still put the money in there. They're putting it into the 2-year because the bond market doesn't believe the Fed. The Federal Reserve has been raising rates. Used to be 3/4 of a percentage point. Now it's a 1/4 of a percentage point. The thinking is that the Feds are almost finished raising rates. They kind of come towards the end of the track. They're going to go to 5%, 5.1, maybe 5.25, but that's about it. And then they'll leave it there for all of the rest of 2023 and leave it there for all of 2024. And the thinking is that these rates will keep inflation lower than where it is now. It'll bring it down, because inflation in the eyes of the bond market and investors globally, the idea is they think inflation has topped out and is on its way back. Now, those who watch for inflation, they can watch many, many, many indicators to decide whether this is true or not. Shipping rates from China to the United States or to Europe on container ships. What are those? That the cost of getting goods into your country higher, that means higher prices. The cost of oil, the cost of fuel. Is it cheaper to buy diesel fuel for ships to power them, or gasoline for trucks to move stuff around, or fuel for rail companies? Rail shipping rates. How much volume is being done by countries as well is another indicator of a forward-moving economy or slower. But on the inflation side, the other factor is raises. How much money are people getting in more pay, percentage-wise, than before? Now, if you're part of an airline pilots union and you've been flying planes for the last 10 years, you're kind of used to the fact that contracts are good for 2-3 years at a time. And it's not uncommon that when the contract expires, you don't go on strike right away. What you do is you keep flying under the old contract as a sign of good faith while your union leaders are haggling with the airline to come up with a new deal. It's also not uncommon at all for these discussions to go a year or two. And by the time the new contract is announced, it's a 3-year, 4-year deal, but it's already 2 years into the deal because it's been 2 years since the old one died out. You get a bonus check to catch up, from the 2 years of working that you did. So if you cranked out 40 hours a week or 30 hours a week for the last, say, 45 weeks 2 years ago and 45 weeks last year, that's 90 weeks of pay, and you get a big fat check to catch up on. Okay. And now you get your new raise. But in 2 years, your contract expires. It's a 4-year deal. It expires in 2 years because. So with all that nonsense, people who are watching inflation see these deals and they see these pay raises and they see how much people are earning, how much will civil servants get, how much are teachers getting, how much more will healthcare workers get, how much more will other people get. And then the private sector, just the non-unionized workers, the white collar folks, what kind of pay packets are being offered to those folks? You've heard it, you've seen it, you know it, that raises have been coming out because of inflation. The street is saying to the Fed, it's over. It's a nothing burger. We're done. We're not going to have inflation like we had in the 70s. Not going to happen. We're fine. Corporate America, corporate Canada, corporate UK, corporate Europe, corporate Asia aren't in debt like they were in the 70s. Because back in the 60s and the 70s, everything was in upheaval. The entire world was evolving over into a new normal, which was shutting down rusty old factories in America and Canada and in Britain and create brand new shiny factories in third world countries where the labor is 1/10 the price. And so we laid off all the Westinghouse workers and all these workers in Ohio and Pennsylvania and New York State, Illinois and Indiana, Ontario, Canada. We laid off all these folks who are unionized workers. The U.S. steel producers, the steel corporations shut down. Steel is being made now in China and elsewhere. And we turned around and our industrial leaders who became richer and richer, they decided that in order to survive, I cannot produce refrigerators in Ohio. I have to produce refrigerators in Zhejiang province in China or in South Korea or in Indonesia and import them into the US, even with the shipping costs and importation fees and domestic shipping rates that I have in the USA. I can deliver a refrigerator to the Sears and Roebuck Company near your house in 1978, 1984 for way less cost than I can now. And so I am shutting down my USA factories and I'm letting my American workers go. And that's what happened across the board. That was the big change. That happened in Canada. It happened in Europe. It happened globally. All right. So that was inflation back then. Westinghouse was broke. They were losing money making stoves and fridges and dishwashers in America. They couldn't get the margins anymore because the cost of their materials and labor and taxes, business taxes, too much. And they said to the governments, you're not cutting taxes for us. We are walking. They would use that as their excuse. But the reality was they could replace the workers with 10 cents on the dollar. And Westinghouse would unload 5,000 of them, and RCA would unload 10,000 of them, and they would never be hired back because these jobs were permanently going to Mexico and to other places. So they were broke at that time. And to borrow money to expand and stay alive in America, they had to borrow money at 15, 18, 20% interest. Inflation was 14, 16, 18% at the same time. It was an ugly situation. Today, we don't have quite that. We have a situation where interest rates are now 5%, 8% to certain borrowers, but the companies that are borrowing don't need the kind of capital they needed back in the 70s and 80s in proportion to survive. So the analysts out there, the pros, are saying if inflation isn't going any higher, if it's not going to go to 11, 12, 14% right now, it's going more like to 6 and 5.5%, 7%. That means the Fed can ease off. And that would be good for the Fed. They can just ease off. They can level off. And they can just ride it out. And they can threaten us with an increase in interest rates if we don't behave ourselves with price increases. But they won't have to hit us with that stick at all. They can just hold it up. I'm going to hit you with this, but we won't raise prices. If prices start to slip, oil prices go down, inflation eases up, then everything eases up behind it. The misread is, where's the disconnect? Why are our growth stocks on NASDAQ surging in price right now and the Dow Jones is not? The Dow 30 industrial companies that don't need money, they don't need to go out and desperately borrow money. Why aren't their stocks surging? These guys should be just cleaning up. You'd think that with the dividend payouts they have and the maturity that they have and the size they have, they can ride out a slow recession. You would think that the growth stocks in the NASDAQ would be the ones who would be backing off and going, whoa, we might not do so well. We've already heard and we're already seeing reports coming out every quarter for earnings that we have met our lowered expected revenues. Those are disaster numbers. They sound great because Wall Street always says, you never sell. You always keep buying. So they used to make $2 a share profit in the fourth quarter. We estimated it was 160 that they're going to make, and they made 161. They've exceeded expectations. This is the greatest thing ever. And I'm looking at it going, yeah, but they're making 39 cents a share less than last year. Nobody wants to talk about that. That's what's been going on. And now, all of a sudden, money is pouring into the NASDAQ market. How can that be? Why would a bunch of money be pouring into NASDAQ when really the first quarter of 2023 and the second quarter of 2023 are not going to be as good as 2022 or 2021? There is no dang way that is going to happen. And then on top of everything else, all these companies, pretty well, all of them, have a new game in town. It's called, we're laying off 5% of our people. We're laying off 8% of our staff. We are cutting jobs. You cannot grow by cutting. You cannot become more profitable by cutting. You can survive by cutting, only survive. You cannot prosper and grow by cutting. It doesn't work. So are these cuts real or are these cuts fake? Are these cuts announced cuts, but all they are is an attrition game? So we're just not hiring as quickly as we were going to hire. That's all it is. We normally hire 2.5% more people every year to replace the 2.5% of the people we lose every year. People retire and get old and sick and what have you. Switch to other companies, whatever it is. We have a 2.5% shrinkage rate in our employees every year naturally. So if we only hire at 1% and they leave 2.5% leave anyway, we have a 1.5% reduction in our workforce. Well, we had that last year. We didn't hire anybody last year because we were uncertain with the COVID. Now this year, we've decided we're not going to hire very many people either. We're going to let another 2.5% of them go. That's a total of 5% gone, and we've only brought in maybe 1% of new people. Well, that's a 4% employee cut. You're announcing a 5% cut in employment over how long a time frame? In the next week? Are you dumping 10,000 people this weekend? No, you're not. Nobody's doing that. Also, what are they doing? They're doing the old, well, we've got 6 months severance and 3 months severance. Anybody who leaves who's 54, we're going to give you a year's salary to take the hike, because, close to retirement anyway, so we'll pay you out. A lot of people are leaving because they're being offered a deal they can't refuse. They're being offered a nice check to take a hike. Some of them are becoming option writers right here on this channel, but that's another story. This corporate America slowdown, is it real or is it not real? How deep is it? And how far is it really going to go? I'm giving you a lot of stuff to ponder here, okay? And welcome to the market. The stock market thinks about all this stuff every nanosecond of every day, okay? And we're asking ourselves, what does it mean to the stocks? What does it mean for the markets? Why is it that NASDAQ stocks are going up when these guys are announcing layoffs? Why is it these stocks are going up when they're hitting reduced expectations of earnings? Why should these stocks go up if you're making 20% less money than last year? I don't know why I have to reward your stock with a higher stock price. I don't get it. So me, the old guy who has nowhere to live, who's sitting in a fake setting where I'm sitting in Creston, British Columbia, because this is all fake behind me. It's all pretend. I'm sitting here going, the market could go down. These NASDAQ stocks could go lower. I could put on my Larry David impersonation and go, the NASDAQ could go lower. The Dow may not be going up very much more. I could do that. Probably annoy the hell out of you if I did. So what do you do? What do you do you're the viewers of this old man. You're following me and going, what am I going to do with this guy? What's he telling me to do? Well, what I'm telling you to do is to keep doing what I've been telling you to do. What is that, you ask? And that is, you're going to write options on stock you already own. You're going to write 2, 3, 4 month out contracts. You're not going to write 2-week contracts. You're not interested in bringing in $1.20 in a premium to buy back a call at 75 cents and go, I made 45 cents profit. I'm a genius. No, that's not what you're going to do over the next 2 weeks. Good Lord, no. Because if you did that and the shares that you've written against do drop, say 8% in 2 weeks in price, yeah, you'll make money on your contract. Of course you will. You'll make pennies on the contract. 85 cents profit, 70 cents profit, 90 cents profit. Yay! But you're going to lose dollars on your stock, and that's not good. You are not taking advantage of the ability to write contracts to protect your investment and to bring you a serious amount of cash into your hands. This is why I am saying to you, write out of the money contracts at every chance you get. You always write out of the money contracts, a couple of bucks ahead of the market at least. You can do that with 2, 3, 4, 5 month expiry from now contracts. A contract with 150 days to live will pay you a handsome dividend, a handsome premium, cash, out of the money. And that way you can go, oh, okay, I'm writing GameStop 23s, good for 4 months, 5 months. Can I get $4 for these, $3.50, $4.50? How much can I get for these? Can I write $25 GameStops and bring in $4? Because if the stock goes from $21.35, where it is at the moment in the pre-market, up a quarter, to $17 on a 1,000 point dump off on the Dow, or a 3,000 point drop in 3 weeks on the Dow, like a real run lower. If GameStop drops to $17 and I have $25 contracts, obviously they're worthless, obviously. But how much do I make on them? If I buy them back at $1, I cleared, let's say, $3. Well, from 21 down 3 is 18.35. The stock's at 17. They've gone down further than what I've made, but I've made $3 back. I've held on to $3 of my 21.35 stock. If I am buying these back and instantly writing 23s, then they go lower, and I then buy them back and I write 21s, and they go. I write 19s. I'm going to take cash, buy back, take cash, buy, and I will score $2 a contract, $2. So it might drop $4, $5, $6. Maybe the stock goes to $15.50 for like a nanosecond. I don't know. You sit there and go, yeah, but the stock dropped $6, but I cleared $4 or $5 in cash on that drop off to compensate me for this drop off. That's the important thing. And at the end of it all, by the time the stock bottoms out, I've still got 1750s written, and I just took in 4 for those. I'm good to 2150 on the other side. You want to go higher? I'm good to 2150. So I'm very flexible here. I'll go with you, stock. You just show me where you want to go, and I'll go with you. And I'm saying to you guys, while it's quiet, and while there isn't a lot going on, perhaps stock didn't do much yesterday. It lost 12 cents. It's up a quarter right now. Don't get complacent. Don't get lazy. Keep your eyes peeled on the option chain to find the opportunity to make a move with your contract. You're all different. All of you are in a different circumstance from the other person who's watching this broadcast with me. None of you are in identical situations. You all have different numbers of shares or deep in the money contracts. You pay different prices for it all. You've held them for different periods of time. You've written different calls at different times during the run up and the rundown, and then run up and the rundown in the last 3 months. Some of you have $18 contracts that die in February or in March. Some of you have $18 contracts that die in April or May. Some of you have $20 contracts that die shortly or longer. You're all different. You're all in a different situation. So I can only give you a general idea of what you should be up to. And what should that be? You need to keep an eye on the option chains to see when the moment comes, and it always shows up sooner or later. It'll come to you where you're able to buy back your call at a certain price per contract, and replace that call with a new series of call contracts that you're going to write that could be further out in time, could be at the same strike price, could be at a lower strike price, depending on where the stock has gone, or a higher strike price. And if you pull off the ultimate move where you, in one example, you buy back a call to write a new call further out for more money with a higher strike, win-win-win. In some cases, you folks have written calls that already are a year out. They're way out. You did a rollover a couple of weeks ago. And you can buy those back for much less money and roll into another call that is 6 months closer in time to today. So you're not going to be out with a 1-year contract anymore. You're going to be out there with a 6-month contract now. And that strike price might be a little closer to this market, and it's a break-even trade for you. You bought a call back for 6, you wrote a call for 6, and you're 6 months in instead of a year out. That's 180-day to you of shrinkage, faster shrinkage. That's what it's all about. Some of you might go from 7-month contracts to 4 or 3-month contracts. Some of you will go from 5-month contracts to 2-month contracts. It all varies. You always are watching your option chain for the opportunity to make your move. Now, some of you have, this past week, you were able to do little things like you sold off your $10 deep in the money call that you have on GameStop to 2025. You sold it to buy a $13 in the money call for less money. So what you got for the 10 versus what you paid for the 13, you kept the change and you said, thank you very much. This has definitely been true and will continue to be true from what I see right now on Tesla. Some of you were buying deep in the money calls on Tesla back when the shares just last month crapped out at 101, 103, 108, 110 from the 275 range, came all the way down. And you listened to me and thought, this guy's got a point. I could buy deep in the money calls on Tesla, try to be on this 90-10 rule that he keeps talking about. I need to buy like 50s or 55s. But boy, if I can pick those off into 2024, deep into 2024, that would be a pretty good move because I can write calls on these right away for cash. And some of you out there spent $5,000-$6,000 on calls that you immediately hauled in $1,500 on. $1,700 on instant cash from a contract right, and you've done a couple of rollovers and you're now sitting on 170s, 180s, $200 contract. But the good news is that the $55 call you bought, which was worth about $5-6 grand, has now got a book value of $15,000 because of course the stock has gone up $100 a share here from 101 to 207 at this second in time. And so some of you out there have been telling me, I'm blowing off my 55 deep in the money call, and I'm going to buy back a 75 or an 80 or an 85. And some of you have been wise enough to say, not only am I selling off my $55 call on Tesla that expires in January 2024, not only am I doing that, when I buy the next deep in the money call, that one is a January 2025 contract. I'm going a year further out at a higher strike price, and it's cheaper because it's closer to the money. And of course, the higher the stock goes, the more you can comfortably move up your deep in the money price. You can get away from 55s and go to 85s or 90s, hundreds, $100 contracts. You're still way in the money, but your acquisition cost of that call is less. You keep the change and say, thank you very much, sir. May I have another? I'm going to keep writing and I'm going to keep moving forward. The beauty of deep in the money poor man covered call writing, that's the glaring example right there. And this was fast forward on Tesla. I mean, this doesn't happen with General Electric. This doesn't happen with IBM. We don't get stocks that double in price in a month of this caliber. It's a rarity, but it did come from the 300s to the 101 range, and there were a lot of people who lost a lot of money out there who were not option writers. Okay, so here we are on the other side. Welcome back. We have a lot to watch, kids. We have a lot to follow. We're up 221 on the Dow, and I'm telling you to watch out. We're up 164 on NASDAQ, and I'm telling you to be careful Don't get all caught up in this great little run we have going up here. If you buy into this, you've drank too much Kool-Aid. You're now a speculator. Don't become a speculator. You follow the markets. But one way to protect yourself is to write calls further out so you have the time to decide what to do next. And if you bring in a big enough premium, a big, fat, juicy premium, and your stock does go up on you, you don't panic because you're sitting there going, well, I brought in 450 on a call, and I wrote a $20 GameStop call for 450. So what? The stock is $22. It calls in the money $2. I got 450 for it, man. There's still 250 of shrinkage in front of me here. I still make money when the stock goes up, and that's the best part about being an option writer. You don't lose just because a stock goes up. You win anyway on two fronts: shrinkage of the contract, and what did you have to write against anyway? Did you have the stock, or did you have a deep in the money call? You're making money there. You're going to make money here. If the stock wants to level off now and just kind of sit tight for a week or two, shrinkage will continue to absolutely relentless shrinkage keeps coming and coming and coming to make you richer. Depending how many calls you write, you know what I'm talking about. If you've written 10 GameStop calls and they're shrinking a dime in a day, that's $100 a day in shrinkage, or for 10 calls. It's $10 per contract per day. You get 10 calls, $100 a day in shrinkage. It's $500 a week to do nothing if you've written 10. If you're writing 50 now, because you got a whole bunch of deep in the money calls and your contracts are dropping a dime a day, and you got 50 calls, you're making $500 a day to do this. $500 a day, 5 days a week, $2,500 a week to do this. That's $125,000 a year to do this. You could still keep a day job doing this if you wanted to. I mean, how much effort does it take to do this on your option portfolio? You can still do a job, but now you can be picky about the job you're going to do. You can say to yourself, I am not taking a job where I have to go to an office. I'm not commuting to a job. I will do a job that I can do from home. I will do a job where I can be a consultant and not an employee, because I want to turn off and turn on the tap when I feel like it. So if I put in a month of work by the end of February for company blah, 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 for so many hours, whatever that deal is, I could say right now on February what's today? The 9th. I could say on February the 9th, March 1, I'm taking March off. I'm not available in March. I'm available on April 15th. And you might pre-negotiate an April 15 to May 15 work contract, or an April 15 to June or July 15. It's up to you. When do you want to work? When don't you want to work? And have you ever had a scenario where you were working, in a company for years and years and years and years, and you could never, ever, ever get any time off in July? Never. You could never get time off in July. Well, because you don't have the seniority. You're just a grunt around here. People have been here 15 years longer than you. They get July off. You work. You can have late August. You can have middle of September. We'll give you 2 weeks off. And you're going, I can't take September off. I got my kids going back to school. Well, too bad. No, now the game has turned around completely. No, you don't play that game. You tell them when you're available and what you're charging them. That's the new game. If you're writing 50 calls and they depreciate at 10 cents a day, you're making $500 a day. Do you need this aggravation of the day job? I don't think so. No, they need you more than you need them. You've got to get to this level where you become self-employed. If you want to become a self-employed, successful option trader, you've got to understand how options work. You have to understand how the stock market works. You have to understand how outside forces can affect the market, like interest rates, inversion of interest rates, import-export statistics and stuff. You don't have to learn it all in one day. You have to want to absorb this information and understand the absorption. When you are absorbing this information, get over to my website today. And I don't know how many times I have to say it, but come on over here to stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Check out my classes. There's 14 classes. It's going to take you 25 to 30 hours to watch them all. It's kind of like a college course, but it's at your house, at your leisure, on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer, wherever, however you want to do it. Pop it on your TV and put on the headphones and listen to Uncle Bruce conduct his classes. Watch him as many times as you want. Learn how the option market works, and you will learn in these classes how to write options. Don't be the sap who's buying stock options and getting their butts handed to them. That's what 99% of the market does. Be the 1%er, be the writer, be the casino. I'll turn you into a casino where you're the one creating the contracts that everyone's gambling on. And you will be paid to just sit tight and do this. You will learn very quickly how you can multiply your writing power, your income power. You'll understand the complexities of the options market. You'll understand how they depreciate, how fast, and you can then pre-calculate. You'll be able to literally pre-calculate how much money you're going to make in the next week, 2 and 3 weeks, writing a 6, 8, 10, 15-week contract, whatever those are. You'll be able to factor in advance that even before you create the contract, before you even write it, you're going to go, oh yeah, I can write it at $4.50 and I'll be buying it back around $2 around here. And you'll be shocked at how accurate you're going to be. This is what you need to learn. It's what you have to learn to understand. You have to understand the psychology of the options market, the stock market. You have to understand why is it that all of these institutional investors and institutional firms, pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, banks, insurance companies, why do they write options all the time? All the time. Why do they have people hired that only write options? You better take the classes. Taking the classes and hanging out with these folks right here, the folks with their name in green with an avatar beside them, they're the ones you want to hang out with because they're option writers. They write every day. They write all the time. And they're getting more and more into it. And they're getting larger. Their accounts are getting more liquid. Their accounts are getting larger. There are folks here who have quit their day jobs in the last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, who never thought it would be possible, who had no idea. There are people here who didn't know who I was a year ago, started watching casually, then would take the odd class because they finally thought, well, might as well do that. Then they took all the classes. Then they started hiring me on a one-on-one basis. They say, I got to talk to you for an hour because my situation is unique from everybody else in my family. And nobody in my family wants to understand what I'm doing here with you. I talk to all my brothers and sisters and cousins, and my pals, my golfing buddies, and people I ride bikes with, and the other dog owners in the park. I talk to them about these option trades that and none of them, not a single one of them, wants to know anything about it. Or they all go, oh, I can't understand it. It's too complicated. I don't get it. Why is no one else doing this? If it's so good, Bruce, why is it just me and you and the other folks on your channel? I don't understand. Take the classes. It's self-explanatory. But they come and talk to me one-on-one. We hang out for an hour or so. And all of a sudden, what ends up happening is people on this channel can't wait for Mondays. Friday nights are depressing. Saturdays are boring as hell. Sunday football, whoop-de-doo. Can't wait for Monday morning. Why? Because that's when the market opens again and I can start making more money writing. I can't wait for the market to open so I can make money in the market. That's what people do here. Other channels, oh, the market's going to open on Monday. It's going to be a bloodbath. I'm going to lose my butt because the hot stock I bought is already down 30% and it doesn't look good over the weekend. There's just terrible stories about it. Yeah, well, chase the dream, chase the lottery ticket. Good luck to you. Why don't you become the casino instead of hoping for a hit? Just be the dream merchant. Offer the lottery ticket for sale and take your money up front. This is how we're doing it. Thank you for hanging around here already for all this babble. Go to my stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's Canada. Go to the website, check out the classes, start with number 1, and get your butt in there. Take all 14 classes, do 1 a week, 2 a week, however fast you want to go. How much time have you got? But if you truly want to make this your salvation, you can make this an income generator that's going to make a difference in your life. 3,000 a month difference, 8,000, 10,000. It's limitless. It's a question of how hard do you want to work on this. Then you decide how often you want to watch the classes and how quickly. If it's working for you right away and you don't need any other help, great. You're watching classes, you're hanging out with these guys, and you're writing contracts, it's all super. But for many of you, it's kind of like, I understand the classes sort of, but I'm still not quite getting it. Watching what these folks are saying, I'm going to become a member of that channel so I can ask questions during the market. But others of you will say to yourselves, I'm going to take the next step. I've watched his classes and I'm going to contact him through an email and just say, I'd like a one-on-one with you. You do them on Sundays. I'd like to have an hour for Sunday with you privately. And let me tell you what I've done the last 5-10 years, where we are, what our situation is here at the house, the family, my career, marriage, children, whatever. What do you think? Well, then we'll get into your situation to customize your future. And I'll throw you all the advice I can give you, and then off you go. And we're here Monday morning. You're right back with me. And we'll hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and see if we can make some money in this market. I don't trade options. I don't buy stock. I don't write options. I don't do any investing. That's why there are no graphs behind me. There's no fancy-dancy Bloomberg quote thing, and there's no bars, and there's no graphs, and I'm not down here, or I'm not down there. I'm just here. I'm an advisor. I'm an opinionator. I throw out my 2 bits worth. Like it or leave it. It's up to you, but we're here to make money, okay? So there are all kinds of people who watch me who love everything I say, hate almost everything I say, but they begrudgingly are here because we make money here. And that's what I'm trying to be about, is to help you make dough in this market. So welcome to the party. It's the Nakatomi Tower, and we're trying to disrupt things. We're the good guys, and Mr. Takagi, unfortunately, is not going to be joining us for the rest of his life. He didn't take the classes. He didn't give us the codes. And so Mr. Takagi, with his wonderful suit, will not be joining us for the rest of his life. However, the rest of us will make it to the end of the movie, we hope, except, those guys with the AK-47. And we're here to make dough. So welcome one, welcome all. Could be a lot of fun, should be a lot of fun. It usually is a lot of fun. And I thank you for popping through here to see us and being with us today. All right, there it is. Fun times in America, Canada, in Europe, UK, Asia. It's just nonstop fun times. We're going to see how much money can be made here. Thank you all for joining me this morning, and thank you to those of you who have subscribed to this channel. If you hit the subscribe button, please. If you haven't, please do. Thank you for that. And those of you who are lurkers, welcome all. And those of you who are members of the channel, you are able to comment over here as members, because what we do for every show is we shift over to member commentary only, and the family continues to grow, and we are welcoming to as many as we can, to many people as we can. One thing about this channel that I mention from time to time, and I'm really proud of it, is one, we like to be PG rated, so we try to keep that going. And also, we happen to have a fairly large contingent of followers that are female. And I got to tell you, there are a lot of ladies out there who find me, hear about me, watch this old baldless homeless guy talk about the markets, and they become option writers. They try it, dip their toe in the water and give it a go. But there are a number of them who are here who are absolutely working it, and working it well. And the thing that I respect is that there are a number of viewers here, a high number, who have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. They're looking after their family situation for themselves, for their perhaps for their partner who might be very ill or under the weather, incapable of leading the family financially. The children, they look after the kids, all ages, of course. And then there are ladies here who are the heads of the families beyond their own families. They are in charge of their mother and father's estate. They've been charged with looking after, dad passed away and now mama's in a senior center and we have to look after her. Or you've got scenarios where heads of families, male and female here, are looking after extended family members in many, many ways. And they have a ton of responsibility on their shoulder. They have a lot of stress. They're at wit's end, and they're in charge of the entire portfolio of assets of their entire, extended immediate family. And this is huge. This is a massive responsibility. And there are those who have found me here on this channel and have get calmed down when markets go kind of crazy. They allow me to calm everyone down, and they've learned how to write options, and they realized, oh my God, we can bring in more money than we're spending. There's a source of income here where we can bring in more capital than we're dishing out. And we didn't know this existed. We had no idea. These advisors we've had for years, 10 years, 15 years, 18 years, our current advisors, the advisors we use today that are handling our family portfolio of $300,000, $800,000, $4.4 million, whatever the number is, none of them know anything about option writing and don't want to talk to us about it. They do not want to talk to us about it. It's a shocker for a lot of you out there when you realize that none of these professionals do any of this stuff. They don't talk to us about this. We're supposed to be satisfied with just getting a 3% yield on our stock or a 4% yield on our T-bill. That's it. I can do that myself. What do I need them for? This option writing stuff I have to do myself. I had no idea. And then you investigate the kind of returns that can be made writing options, and you go, wow, I don't have to be very good at this to really outdo our existing people. We're being charged a 2% admin fee every year on our $800,000 account. That's $16,000 a year we're paying these people to manage our money for us. What do I get for it? I get a debit card. I get a credit card, maybe. I get email alerts, and they don't want to take my call because I'm not big enough to matter. Whereas with this guy, this homeless Canadian guy sitting in supposedly Palm Desert, California. Yeah, right. This guy is showing me how to write options on stock I've got, ETFs I follow, stocks that he's talking about all the time. I can make way more money and don't pay 2% upfront. I mean, the first 2% right there is gravy because I don't pay it out. So I'll invest in his classes then. Let's just call that the 2% handling fee. I'll watch his classes, but he's only got 14 of them. And I'll learn about this, and I can do this for the rest of my life. Because after Uncle Bruce is off the air, after all, he's going to be 68 this year. How much longer has he got? After he's gone, I got to do this myself. So I better understand what he's about now and how this works now, so that when Bruce says I got to go, I can't remember my first name anymore. I can do it myself. So there you go. A limited time offer. I don't know how long I'll be here. Thank you all so much for being here, and I love it. And here you are, Lorraine. I am a head of the family, also in charge of my mother's estate, and the rest of everything doing all this is in another state. See, here we are. This is what I'm talking about right here. But there are a ton of ladies here who watch me because this is serious stuff. There's no if, ands, or buts about making money here for this stuff. No question about it. Christina's here, Bama Babe, Maria Powell, Christina, of course, and so many others that are here. And then there are folks here that you don't know if they're male or female because they have names that don't give it away. which is cool with me. Whatever you have to do to survive in this social media world, it's okay with me because the abuse is terrible. Anyway, welcome all. You're all welcome here. And of course, the guys, you're always welcome here. You know that. And we're excited about what's coming up and how far we've come down the highway with you now. It's been 2 years and 2 weeks that I've been on the air every day during market days, 8:30 in the morning and at 3 in the afternoon. And I join you. Welcome to the party. Join our group. Join our family here and become a member of this channel. And you can comment here with everyone else. You get to use the coveted knee emojis that the Knights of Knee will take good care of your investments. No other channel, I think, offers this. I can't imagine any other channel having the Knights of Knee emojis here. We have it, and we have a lot of fun popping those up once in a while. You never know when someone will just pop up the knee emojis. It just shows up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, the screen just becomes filled with knee emojis from everywhere and everybody all at the same time. You cannot imagine the knee emoji attack that is happening globally right now, where people are rolling down their windows, yelling out of their backyards, knee, as they're hitting these buttons, popping the knee emojis up. It is truly stunning. Alarm bells go off, car alarms go off, police get called. It's insanity. Lorraine, been a member here for 16 months, gold bagel level member. Lorraine, I love you. Thank you so much. All of you who are here, thank you for alerting us. I love these banners that come across where people tell us we are here. LaShawn and Wendy, God's amazing. Lorraine and others taking care of family and friends. May God continue to bless you and give you strength. You people are priceless. There you go. We know there are viewers here under ungodly amounts of pressure that have to deliver, and I respect that. And so we do our best to give you the best guidance we can, that I can, to help you along the road to success. Debbie Bonner, member for 20 months, gold bagel level. Thank you, Debbie. As always, thank you so much for your phenomenal support of this homeless YouTuber. Jennifer, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, she's coming along really well with her hip. She had a new hip replaced. It's going to be today is 6 weeks. Today it's the 6-week mark, and she now is going in later this morning for physio. She goes physio now once a week for the next 4 weeks, I think it is, and then she's done physio. And she is now walking just with her cane, and so I'm really pleased about that. So she can get around the house on her own anywhere she wants, and her strength is improving. Her flexibility is coming along. She's sleeping better. Doesn't need pain pills anymore. It's now occasional that she'll take a Tylenol. It's like occasional. All the meds that were prescribed to her, she doesn't need them anymore. Some she finished, some she didn't have to take all the way through. It's wonderful. Larry, Titus, and Karen, thank you for being here. We're 6 minutes away from opening for Trading Kids. Giddy up. Options Nomads, sitting on a Tesla 155 expiring July 21. I bought it at 44.04. Bought the shares at 110. If assigned, that would be a nice total gain, and I'd be out of Tesla. Can't decide if I want to roll or allow assignment. I would roll up. I mean, look, you can get assigned at 155. You can get assigned at 175. You can get assigned at 185. I would go higher. And if you can get more money out of the deal, I would take it. So, yeah, I would definitely do that. Do not leave money on the table ever when it's being handed to you like this. That's my thought on it. Just saying. Interesting stuff. Great comment. Thank you for that, Option Nomads. That's interesting. Has anyone's ever sold their car on Carvana here? Deep Value would like to know. Maria Powell, I have a friend that used Carvana. There you go. Anyway, there you go. A couple of thoughts there. We are 5 minutes away. Let's take a look here at the markets. It appears that we are ahead right now about how many points on the Dow? Looks like, here we go, 207 points on the Dow, 31-point gain on S&P, and the NASDAQ 158 points right now. That's what I'm showing. The NASDAQ 1.2%, and S&P 0.7, and Dow 0.61. All right. Headline here: U.S. jobless claims climbed 13,000 to 196, but are still near pandemic era lows. That is the story there. Okay. Crude oil down 61 cents, 77.86. Tesla 208.85, up 7.56. Definitely a pre-market winner right now. Apple 153.72, up $1.84. Alrighty. Maria says he liked using Carvana. He liked it. Susan Shops About data came out, folks. Need minimum of $5,000 a month to pay living expenses and taxes. To have extra leisure money, plan on $8,000 a month. Of course, depends on the debt you carry. Pretty easy figure. Cover calls needed. Sell my house fast over Marlboro SoFi to $850 and beyond today. Let's go. Well, that would be fine with me. I'm not gonna argue if SoFi wants to take off and go to the moon. That'd be fine by Moire. We're at 733, up 13 cents on SoFi. Let's go. Rocket Lab is up 3. GameStop up 28 to 21.39. We got Matterport up 9. 23andMe is up 20 cents to 272. Thank you for last night's earnings report. Spire up 3 to 107. ATIP is up maybe 2 cents to 43.2. Smart Rent up 7 cents. Xterra down 8 cents. Apple up 178. Goldman up 223. Cisco up 41. 3 minutes to go. Tesla up 771. ARK up $1.02. Microsoft up 6.47. Bed Bath Beyond is up 15 cents to 276. Trying to hang around. Pfizer down 6 cents. HPQ up 44. Carvana up $1.18. Alphabet up 29. That's Google. Amazon up 118, and Nvidia up 413 to 226. That's what we got here right now. A positive opening, yes. The question is how deep and how powerful will it be? We'll find out soon enough, because we're not going anywhere. We're here to make money. We love it when markets go up. We love it when markets go flat. We don't mind it when they go down. We don't mind. We make money. We just make money. It's as simple as that. We're very democratic here. We'll take it from wherever we can get it from. We'll enjoy it. Thank you. We all have bills to pay, so what the heck? Let's see. Options Nomads is saying to Deep Value, I bought through Carvana. Deep Value says, thank you, Maria. Deep Value, how was it? Options? Did you like it? Nico, yes, sold mine on Carvana. It was super easy. That was months ago, though. Deep Value, Nico, did they give you a fair price? Susan Shops About, we bought our Mercedes on Carvana. Easy, happy experience. Carvana, big issue, though, is they are a mess with titles. Florida is suing them over this. JR, up in the pre-market to 733, but according to the experts here, the pre-market means nothing. There you go. Zeta State, I have one contract of Tesla. I roll to 130. Spike expires December 15. Do I continue to roll? Can you? You should. Yes, you should. If you can roll to a higher strike, then do so. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Can you roll to a higher dollar into your pocket too? Yeah, I do both if possible. Alberto, sell my house, laugh out loud. SoFi wants to see 850 as of yet. I wish, though, too much fake news out there right now. Sell my house, Alberto. I'm hoping the volume will be better today than yesterday. Deep Value. Okay, I think I'll try them out next month when I have my car back from the shop. Thank you all. Very helpful. I don't mind selling it for less as long as it's quick. Get it done. SoFi. Remember this, okay? By the way, thank you, Larry. We just hit the bells. On SoFi, we're not going to hit 850 until we really eat through all the resistance between 825 and 850 a share. We have to get through a lot of resistance there. Beyond 850, we're on our way to $10 because 850 was the high range last August, and we've got to build a momentum. I think the stock is recalibrating and reloading another run to go through this. But is it in one day? I didn't think so. I'd love it if it was, but we will just grind this one through. JR, Dems the bells. Mr. Premium of the option. The casino is now open. Please play my slot machines. Yes, please. Yes, Nico. Yes, they bought it from me for $1,000 less than I paid for it new. They definitely lost money on that deal. Alberto, sell my house. We are all optimistic. Go SoFi. Maria Powell, thank you, Larry. Deep Value Options, thank you, Nico, for all these comments. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Welcome to the fun times. It's another day of trading with your pal, Uncle Bruce. We're all trying to, figure out where the market wants to take everybody. We're looking at a down market right now, up about 254 points. So we have a pretty good start to the day. We got CYXT up 5.5 to 269.5. I see GameStop now up 26 cents, now trading at 21.35. We've got Bed Bath Beyond at 280, up 19.9. ATIP at 41. I think that's last night's close. Tesla 206.72, up 543. We're not surging $25, $30 on Tesla. We are grinding right now on Tesla, and we'll see how this works out. 581 gain, 206 to 207 range roughly at the moment. We're up 36 points on the S&P, 148 on the NASDAQ to start the morning, and oil down 95 cents right now. This is all good news. Option Nomad says, Deep Value, we had a great experience. The first car we got, we didn't like, so we returned it the next day for free and chose a different one. They pick up and deliver. You pay for the ease of it. Maria Powell, ME, looking good early. Deep Value, I love it so far. Thanks. Tesla Go, says Deep Value. Abama Babe, thank you, Larry. All right, here we are again. Tesla 206.62, up 533. SoFi at 724, up 4. Apple 153.80, up 188. HPQ 30.01, up 40 cents. Google down $1 at 98.99. Moderna down, up 179 to 166. It's down from 180s, down from the 210s even. Cisco up 33 cents to 47.28. Pfizer up a dime, 44.08. IBM up 61 cents, 134.94. Microsoft up 5.18 to 271.91. ME 286, up 33.5 cents. Go ME Go. Volume on ME now 578,000 to start the day so far. Very, very good. Okay. What else have we got here? Moving on to other quotes. Rocket Lab up 5.3 cents to 4.84. Matterport is up 5 cents to 3.59. Smart Rent unchanged. Spire down 6 cents to 1.04. Amazon up 1.20. HD. Home Depot up 2.27. Netflix up 3.50. Vanik up 4.98. Adobe up 4.23. Goldman up 2.55. Boeing 1.46 higher. Meta up $2.05 to 1.85. AMC Ape shares combined up 20 cents. Royal Caribbean up 164 to 76.15. Carvana up 107 to 15.08. Robinhood down 2 pennies. BlackBerry up 7. Norwegian up 34 cents. Carnival up 20 cents. Target up 190. JP Morgan up 23 cents. Costco up 3.44. Walmart up 83 cents. Disney up 4.53 to 116 now. Nvidia up 5.90 to 227.95. American Airlines up 17 cents to 17.14 on American Airlines. Trying to hang on to that level with 237 gain on the Dow Jones at the moment. And we're seeing GameStop up 15 cents, BlackBerry up 15 cents, Tesla up 6.55, SoFi up 12 to 7.32. Ed Hawkins already at 1/4 of ATIP daily volume traded. I'm showing just 3,400 trades, nothing much yet, unless I'm missing something. Sorry, as on ME, Ed is saying, helps if I read the next comment. Yes, ME now at 700,000, 285, doing very nicely. High of 290, 700,000. Yeah, it's looking good. And they raised their outlook, the quarterly beat estimates. Definitely moving in the right direction. The question in my mind, of course, and I'm sure in your mind, is will they raise $150 million at $250, $275, $3? What's this deal about? Is there a run on ME stock for a bit and then they do the $150 million deal? I have no idea. Moonman Moo, I purchased another 41 of these SoFi shares. Deuce Caboose, number 131, Bruce. We are going to get you to 200 thumbs ups today. Looks like a little slower than lately, but we're getting there. We need 69 more thumbs ups to make it to 200, everybody. If you're able to help us out, please do. 135 are in, 65 are required to get to 200 thumbs ups, and anything over that, I call that gravy, and I thank you all for stepping in and helping us out every day, helping us with thumbs ups. It is much, much appreciated. Right on. The artificial intelligence computers will promote this channel. the more thumbs ups we get based on how many people are watching versus how many thumbs ups you get. That engagement factor is a huge deal. And that's why I'm always begging for them. It would help a lot. Thank you. Let me know what number you are if you're giving me a thumbs up. That would be great. Maria Powell, ME, go baby. Let's squeeze some shorts. Bobby Atkinson has the dead cat bounced on GameStop? Question mark. We're up 13. I don't know. Alberto Moonman will keep stacking those chips, buddy. Cindy B, 137 thumbs ups. Thank you, Cindy B, for helping out. We're getting closer and closer to 200 thumbs ups for today's show. 221 gain on the Dow, 36 on S&P, 148 on NASDAQ, approximately. And welcome to the party, pal. We're here. 280 now on Sextera, up 16 cents. And 21.19 up 9 on GameStop. Bed Bath Beyond up 16 cents to 277. We've got ATIP down 0.2 of a penny at 41 cents. Tesla up 577 to 207.06. SoFi 727, 726 range, up 7 cents. Apple up about $2 now. HBQ up 41 cents to 30.02. Google down 198. Moderna up 394. Cisco up 28. Pfizer up 14. IBM up 60. Microsoft up 4. ME now 289. 289 on 23andMe. And the high of 294 so far today. Volume of 965,000. Go, ME, go. That's what I want to say for sure. Great to see ME moving up today, and hope it will continue that. That would be just terrific. Absolutely terrific. There we go. Just making a couple of adjustments here. Thank you all so much for being here this morning, and hope you're having fun with the opening. We're up 224 on the Dow. We'll see how things move along. 287.5 now on ME, up 35.5. Susan Shop's about. Bruce, just so you know, every show I give you 3 thumbs ups for my iPad, my laptop, and my iPhone. I tell you, if everyone did that, I would have 1,000 thumbs ups a day. I would easily have 1,000 a day. But very few are like you. And I thank you, Susan, very much for that. It all adds up to more engagement numbers. The AI computers at YouTube measure the thumbs ups versus the viewership count. And they rank the channels for, performance that way. It makes a difference. It really does. Would love to have double the numbers we have now. That just makes this channel more powerful. It means that double the number of people will learn about SoFi, double the number of people will learn about GameStop, double the number of people will learn about all the stocks we follow here, learning about option writing. And option premiums that keep coming in, guess where they go? They go into the stocks that we follow. And so it makes us more powerful. So the more people we attract to this channel, the more powerful this channel becomes in the marketplace. And hey, that's okay for us because I think we follow some pretty good stocks around here and have a lot of potential. So why not? It's good stuff. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, I have 8 calls available to write on GameStop. Should I write 24 or 25 Mays or Junes or closer, wait for the market to see where it goes in the first hour, or should I just write right away? Well, we're 21.24, so you can certainly check out 24.25s. I would say, though, you might need to go beyond May. Obviously, I don't know what the premiums are on these calls. I don't know what you can get, but I would love to see you bring in as many dollars as possible with an out-of-the-money call. I'd hate to see you sell a call for $250 when you can sell one for $450 or $5 or anything like that. So the bigger the premium, the better. And if you can bring in some serious premiums and buy up another deep in the money call and write yet another, then I think it's a double win. Or you bring in enough cash to now average down on another stock that you're watching, a great move there too. Let GameStop with these premiums help you improve the rest of your portfolio. Yeah, nothing wrong with anything like that. Continued success and check those chains and bring in some bucks. Marcos Bruce, 154 on your thumbs up meter now. You're only 46 away from 200. This is awesome. Bobby, speaking of the AI bot, artificial intelligent robot, some bald homeless guy showed up on my Google News feed yesterday. How is that possible? How did that happen? That's interesting. I'm assuming that's me. Interesting. Did you like it? We'll see what happens. A 240 gain on the Dow. 285 on ME now, up 33. GameStop 2112 up 2. We're up. Bed Bath & Beyond up 7 cents right now. Tesla's up 474 to 206.03. SoFi 728 up 8. Lorraine 155. Thumbs up, Bruce. 45 left to get, and you'll have it. I see now 162 thumbs ups in total have come in. Now 163, 37 to go, and we've got 200. Thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome. Keep them coming in, and we're moving it higher. The way this is going with, 250 of you hear about, we could easily hit 250 thumbs ups. I mean, people watch and come in rotation here. So thank you all helping out. We could every day have 1,000 thumbs ups if everyone did do this. It really is. Some of you are incredible with double and triple thumbs ups. We could easily hit 1,000 a day. That would blow the numbers off those charts over at YouTube. They'd be wondering what the hell's going on with these guys. Pretty cool beans stuff. Thank you all. Now Lorraine is trying to confuse me with a 107 number. I don't know what Lorraine's doing. Lorraine, what are you doing? Probably a typo. I suspect it's a typo. It happens. We get so excited. ME 288.5, 36.5 cent gain on 23andMe this morning. The numbers were better than expected for the previous quarter. Upgraded guidance going forward. 1.12 million volume already today. Nice. A $1.3 billion market cap right now. If they raise 150 million at whatever price they're going to do it at, by the way, we're 290 on the stock. We're hitting the highs here. They'll have 580 million in cash out of a 1.3 billion market cap. Just so you know, they are cash rich. These guys are in no danger of going under. None of that nonsense. They don't lose, more money than they're bringing in. They are bringing in more cash now, and sales are rising, and their royalties are rising from their drug deals they're making, and any patent approvals coming forward, which there will be, will take this stock to levels we've never seen before. I mean, this will be a $30, $40 stock because the pharmaceutical investors will pile in on this one. They don't know they should be in right now. They don't realize just what this company is capable of becoming. But we're early. We're really early. Here we are, 291 now. Up 39 cents on over 1,100,000 and climbing volume. GameStop down 12 cents. Bed Bath Beyond up a dime. We get this. We're going to get this fluctuation. Get ready. We're up 230 on the Dow, 36 on S&P, 148 on NASDAQ. See how all that plays itself out. Let's see. Who cares says, I'm 165. Giddy up. It might just be needed to be refreshed if their thumbs counter is behind. That's true. People might have to refresh. Lorraine, I didn't know I can do thumbs ups on each device. You now have 3 from me. Thank you. Deuce, it boggles my mind that ME announces a $150 million stock dilution. It goes up. I'll take it, though. Dude, 166 and number 52. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Multiple devices, multiple thumbs ups. Next thing you know, we have a surge in thumbs ups. 168. Thank you. 32 to go. I love that. Thank you guys for getting us quickly to 200 here. It's about to happen. Get ME at 288. Dow up 235. SoFi 724 up 4. There you go. There y'all are going. Poor man covered call writing pays on GameStop, Tesla, and Apple. That was my title today of the show. And at the end of the day, there's so many ways to make money on this poor man covered call strategy. Of course, the most obvious is instead of buying shares of stock, you buy poor man covered calls instead. That they're cheaper. Sometimes it's half the price of the stock you're buying. So you're getting double the number of poor man covered calls to write double the number of contracts. And this is the point of poor man covered call writing. If you want to get out of your day job and you feel that you need to get 60 calls written at a time to do it, you can either grind your way forward to buy 6,000 shares of whatever stock it is you want to write on to try to write 60 calls, or you can buy 30 deep in the money calls, depending again on the price of the covered calls, the 90-10 rule, all these rules. I mean, this is not just that easy. But you want to quit your day job, and you know to do it, you need to be able to write 60 calls of contracts at a time and rollovers. Then you either have to get 6,000 shares or you need 60 deep in the money calls. It's that simple. There's no other way to do it. So you are out there looking for deep in the money calls that fit the rule, and you're using half the capital that you would normally use. Or you have enough capital by 3,000 shares, you have enough capital by 60 deep in the money calls. Now, there are people here, what they do is they buy 50 deep in the money calls because they don't have enough to get 60. Let's just suppose. They sell their stock, they buy 50 deep in the money calls. What they do is they write 50 call contracts against those deep in the money calls for big premiums like I keep talking about. Then they take that cash and they buy another 5 or 6 or 7 deep in the money calls with that money. They write 5, 6, or 7 additional calls again, haul enough money to buy a couple of more calls. Next thing you know, look at their number. They're sitting at 60 calls. They now own 60 deep in the money calls. And if they have a rollover scenario where in the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks, first, the contracts are shrinking because of time loss. Number 2, you have a dip in the market and they buy back their calls for $2-3 less each, $2 each. Write new calls and bring in $2 additional each call times 60. That's another $12,000. And there is the magical number that might be the number that convinces you, some of you, to go, okay, we're here now. We're now at the level where from here forward, I can now understand and now see my exit date from my job. I get it. I know I'm within 3 months now because I'm going to keep doing some rollovers at 60 calls at a time. I'm going to build a cash reserve. I need $5,000 a month to live on. I'm going to put 15 grand in my checking account over the next month or 2, 3. And the rest of the capital will stay in the account to grow into additional deep in the money calls, to write more and get larger. And now every month I'm going to transfer $5,000 from my brokerage account to my home account to cover the fort, and the rest stays here, and we're going to go to 65 to 70 to 75 calls, and so on as we build and grow this account. And I'm now a full-time option writer. I don't need to be at the office anymore. That is what's happening here again and again and again and again. And some people are very vocal about it, and you see it. Others are very quiet about it. And it's up to you how you want to approach it. People reach out to me in private, tell me how they're doing. They never comment here. Others are very happy to comment here. And some occasionally comment here. It's totally up to you. But I'm excited for you. These covered call strategies are a way to speed up the process of getting out. Or for some of you, you have $5,000 and $10,000 and $20,000 headaches lying around somewhere. You got credit cards that are gnawing at you. You've got the expenses you need to deal with. You've got whatever issues you have to deal with. You need cash flow to improve. And you've been considering the idea that I might go and get a part-time job to add to the income level, but that will kill you physically and mentally, will drain you. That's not a win strategy. That is a killer strategy. Some of you have realized, Bruce, I've been writing options here with you now for 6 months, 3 months, a year. And I'm bringing in X amount of capital. But you know what I'm going to do now? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my GameStop shares and buy deep in the money calls instead. Or I'm going to sell my shares in Apple and buy deep in the money Apple share contracts instead. I'm going to increase the number of calls I'm going to write. That's the plan. I want to increase from 10 to 20 or from 15 to 30. That additional amount of capital coming in now from option premiums, That is a difference maker. That will speed up and resolve cash flow needs and pressure around the house. So maybe my wife can quit her part-time job, stay at home with the kids full-time so she can take them to school, pick them up from school, get them to soccer practice, whatever. In my case, I'm working from home and I don't have to get a second job. We've knocked off this credit card. We've knocked off this credit card. We have some savings in the bank. Cash flow is improved now, much more than us both working, with me working full-time, my wife working part-time, and with me running in and out of the house. It's whatever your situation is. Again, you guys are all different. So I'm just throwing one scenario at you. Millions of scenarios are out there. But bottom line is this: if more cash flow is coming into your house, you take care of business. And it's just that simple. And this is why I titled it today. I titled my show Poor Man Cover Call Writing. It's paying off. GameStop, it's paying off from GameStop, it's paying off from Tesla, and it's paying off from Apple, it's paying off from Cisco, Pfizer, HPQ. Folks are writing on all kinds of stuff. And they're learning how the option writing game is done by having taken my classes, hanging out here, doing one-on-ones, and just becoming more educated and wiser to what is going on out there. You're in the minority if you're around here. You're absolutely in the minority. There are only 238 people watching this show right now live. 238. That's it. You can go to live shows on YouTube that have thousands of people watching at the same time. Thousands. And the message thing is just going, good luck. You're probably going to note that these channels don't talk about what we talk about. Not even close. But that's all right. Everyone has their niche. And there are those out there who are day traders. There are those out there who follow hot stories, hot trends. There are those who follow index funds, index options, index whatever. They trade penny stock, whatever. Every to each his own. But on this channel, what happens is most of the time, people who join up here never leave. They get into this and they get into option writing and they don't go anywhere. They stick around and just say, I'm not going to watch these other guys with a hot flying stock that's already gone up 250% and I'm going to get in now. I don't think so. I'm not the last guy into your party. No. I'm going to offer you guys an opportunity. Why don't you buy my options? Why don't you gamble on my stock? I'll throw you some options out there. And I'll be the casino for you. And that's what we are creating here. Casino after casino after casino. There is no shortage of a demand for your stock options. No shortage. If you think writing 50 calls is going to flood the market, think again. We are nothing burgers. This channel is a nothing burger in the options market. We are puny. All of you combined, we are puny on this world of options. It is trillions and trillions of dollars in size. We're just taking our thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars out of here collectively. Maybe $1 million or $2 million a month is coming out of the market through this channel. I don't even know. I don't honestly know how many contracts are being written here on a monthly basis by my viewers. I don't know that number. It could be 3,000, 5,000, 8,000. I don't really know. It's not 100,000 contracts a month. It's nothing like that. But there are some investors here, some viewers here with some serious accounts that do write quite a few at a time. But generally speaking, it's the newbies. This is the home of newbie option writers, because most of the folks here who are writing options have never done it more than a year and a half, 2 years. They've never done it before, never heard of it before. So we're the new kids on the block, but this channel's growing fast. The number of options inside this channel's sphere is exploding right now. We are growing out, and the number of deep in the money calls being acquired is really coming on. So I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you, and I'm convinced that you guys are going to continue to do extremely, extremely well. But it's because you've put the time in. You are willing to learn. You're willing to tolerate the old baldless guy with no place to live. You're taking the classes. You're watching the shows. You're here Wednesday nights for Primetime Live as a Gold Bagel member. You're doing that. You've become a Gold Bagel member to get the Trade Alert show every morning. You are willing to absorb whatever I can get you to make you smarter in the options market. Way to go, you guys. You're the winners, and your accounts are showing it. In many cases, many of you have seen results you've never seen in your accounts before, because it's always been a losing proposition when you've been in the markets in the past. Some of you gotten lucky with a couple of nice hits, and then you watch it all piss away on the next 15 stocks you buy. They just don't work out. Welcome to this side of the market where you've decided, oh no, I'm not going to be the gambler. I'm going to be the casino. And I'll play this angle. This is far more comfortable and much more lucrative. Very, very nice. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Financial Mischief just sold a GameStop June 23 $18 call for $5.45. Susan shops about, and I forgot we have YouTube TV. Laugh aloud. I guess I could do one more thumbs up. I'm not sure if you can through the TV. You might. I appreciate that if you are able to. So are we writing on ME to take advantage of that deal or what? Mandu, 172 thumbs ups. Good morning, everybody, from Mandu number 5. Susan, Maria, now, if I can use this creativity on my rolls, I'll be one happy lady. Maria, you got this. Miraculous. I'm interested in the poor man strategy. I'm interested in this. Honestly, I'm afraid of getting myself over leveraged if something happens and I'm short a bunch of stock that I have to scramble and cover. How do I handle that? The key here is to own deep in the money calls very comfortably in the money, and then to write out of the money calls. That's the key here, is you write out of the money contracts and you take in big fat premiums because you go out 3, 4, 5 months in time. That is the secret right there. If you're going to write 2-week calls right at the money, you're gambling. You're now counting on the stock not to go up on you. That's what you're doing. You're gambling on the stock. You're not supposed to be the gambler. You're the casino. You could take the opposite view and say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 3 months. I'll give you 5 months. I'll give you options here. I'll sell you options that are $2, $3, $4 out of the money. Give me $4 or $5 a contract. Hand it over. I'll take 15 of those. They're $7,500. Thank you very much. And let's see what happens. You're going to give some of that money back. Not all of it. You're going to keep the change, and it's going to be glorious. And Constantine says, miraculous. That's why you take Uncle Bruce's classes on poor man covered calls. I think it starts at 7, and there's definitely number 11 and 12 and 13 and 14. Yeah, there's a few you got to watch. Start with number 1. Tesla wants 700 billion market cap, says Deep Value. It's going up. 208 on the stock. Alberto, no pink sheet stocks. Stay away. Deep Value. Thanks to Uncle Bruce and Keith Gill, there are many more people exposed to options. I should have listened much sooner. Financial Mischief. So I had an interesting chain of events this morning. My smallest account is a Roth IRA. I had enough funds to start one GameStop poor man cover call. I bought my Jan 2510 at 837. However, I needed to sell an October 23 something to get hit. I sold that for 1042. I was up yesterday on it, so I decided to roll it. Way in on time, sold on March 3rd, 23, 10 at 1107. It was assigned this morning. Okay, now I'm confused here. I was short 2107, says Financial Mischief. Bought it to close at 21 to shed the short calls. That June 18 I mentioned is my new right. Oops, the short stock, I mean. So you're confusing me too here. I'm having a little trouble because I'm reading message and then following message. You might have to send me an email on this one. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Go ME, go, says Nick. We're at 293 on ME. Susan shops about miraculous. Don't overextend yourself. Manage positions you can reasonably handle and plan strategy if market tanks or spikes up. Poor man cover calls require a margin account, so use it wisely when you need it for rolls. Bama Babe, don't forget ME. Alex, 183rd thumbs up. Good afternoon. Thank you, Alex. Lorraine, I just got YouTube TV. I love it, says Lorraine. Debbie, I hear you say buy out of the money calls, but also hear buy deep in the money calls also. No, write it out of the money calls. You sell, you write out of the money calls. Is there a strategy for one over the other? Still learning. Debbie Bonner, you buy deep in the money calls. Let's say you buy $10 GameStop calls for January 2025 expiry. So you buy the 10s. and then you sell, you write June 2024 calls against those, because for every call you have that's like 100 shares, you're not going to write a call against every deep in the money call you own. So if you own 5 deep in the money calls, you can write 5 calls and bring in 5 calls of premium. And that's why we do that. I hope that makes sense. Nazareth, number 186. Bobby, buy deep in the money, right out of the money. Bobby, it's called a poor man covered call. Yes, sir. Kareem, hey, Uncle Bruce, just checking if you got the attachment in the last email. Yes, sir, I haven't. I haven't gotten back to you. I'm just so exhausted at the end of the day. I want to be clear on what I'm doing. I'm trying to absorb what you're up to. But right now, just fold your arms. Just sit tight. Just sit tight. I will be back to you. Yes, sir. We will. I will get back to you on this. It's all right. We're up 247 on the Dow. We're up 36 on S&P. We're up 148 on NASDAQ. It's an up morning. It's not like blowing to the moon up. We're just up. Not incredibly higher. We're just better. ME is doing well because of its own unique corporate story, up 43.5 to 295.5, hitting new highs, trying to get to this 3-level 297 high of the day. We're probably going to break 3. 1.9 million practically traded. GameStop is up a dime. Bed Bath Beyond is up 29 to 290. ATIP is up 0.3 of a penny, 41.4. ATIP is traded 10,000 shares. Tesla 208. 209.18 up 789. SoFi 723 up 3. Apple up $1.37. HPQ up 44. Cyxtera up 13 cents. Google down 360. Moderna's up 460. Cisco up 36. Pfizer up 23. IBM up 130. Microsoft up 480. Rocket Lab is up 14. Matterport up 12. SmartRent up 2. And Spire up 2. It's all green, but it's green. It's okay. Amazon is up 95 cents, not $9.95. It's up 95 cents. Home Depot up $2.30. It's a $323 stock. If this was a $32 stock, it would be up 23 cents. Keep that in mind. Netflix is a $369 stock. It's up $2.50. That's like a $36 stock being up 25 cents. Isn't that much going on here? Vanik up $6.50. It's a $253 unit. Adobe, $385 stock, up $7. That's a $38 stock, up 70 cents. It's okay. It's all right. Goldman up $3.44. Boeing up 16 cents. Meta up 56 and slipping. Kareem, Meta is going to go lower. That's what I sense here. We are dropping to the lows of the day right now, and we're going lower on Meta. AMC is down 6, 8 up a dime. Nothing happening there. Royal Caribbean is up 89. Yeah, 75.40. Okay, whatever. What can I say? And Burt Bacharach, behind hits like I Say a Little Prayer, has passed away at 94. What a life. Phenomenal composer. He has died at age 94. Fantastic lifespan there. And what work. Incredible work. Beautiful job and a beautiful person. Congrats. And I loved it when he was on The Spy Who... Was it Shag Me? Was the second movie? I think he was in line. He was in there with them. That was great. Dow's up 233. ME 288. GameStop 2109 down a penny. Bed Bath Beyond up 30 cents to 291. ATIP up 0.3 of a penny. Tesla 209 up 8. SoFi unchanged. Apple up 134. HPQ up 43. Cyxtera up 14. I get the sense the market is slipping a little bit. There's just a little bit of, we might be leveling off here a little bit. We'll watch to see. This is the 35-minute mark on the session. We'll see if this first hour is as good as expected. Can it hold? That's what I'm wondering about. 209 on Tesla. There are a few good winners, but then there are others who are just up marginally today. Anyway, Alex, the primetime show was brilliant as usual. Just finished catching up to that. To the lurkers, Gold Bagel membership is an absolute steal. I have to agree with that. I give you so much more on that level because you earned it. You deserve it. You're supporting me for $25 a month. I'll give you more, and I appreciate it. The Wednesday night shows really go over very well with the Gold Bagel members. And these are the folks who write the most options. I mean, my Gold Bagel members are Gold Bagel members because they are the most active option writers. They're the ones who are really into this, and they love the primetime show. So we're doing something right Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock primetime. You can watch the reruns if you're a member of the Gold Bagel family. You do not have to be there live to be up on it. You can watch it the next morning on a rerun because you have a Gold Bagel level membership. There you go. I got it out. The machine, number 7, double 7. Uncle Bruce, I just gave 5 more thumbs ups from me and my wife's other accounts. Man, that's awesome. Deep value. NASDAQ is leading today. Financial Mischief bought GameStop 10s, sold October 11 for the short. I was up 250 on it, rolled into a March 10. I was into a March 10 at 11:07. It was assigned at 21. Bought shares at 21. Sold that June 18 at 540. I hope this clears it up. I think Financial Mischief is making money. I think that's what all that means is making money. Susan shops about. For those who love movies, The Big Short, there's a YouTube interviews on a guy, Michael Lewis, who wrote the book Flash Boys. Fascinating view on his take on market manipulation. Great understanding on the stock market. That's a great movie, The Big Short. Maria Powell, Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Dude, Financial Mischief, that's making my head spin. What's your net? What's your net on it all? And we'll see what's going on. We're up 245 on the Dow now, 288.5 on ME. GameStop is plus 11 again. We're green, up 20 on Bed Bath & Beyond. Tesla up 905 to 210.57. SoFi 718 down a penny. There you are. That's what we got. That's what we're watching. Okay. Welcome to the party, everybody. Great to have you here. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We now have 191 thumbs ups. All I can say to that is neat. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups. Keep them coming. Going for 200 thumbs ups today. Folks are hitting their devices, nailing the thumbs up button left, right, and center. This is good stuff. Thank you, Deep Value Options, for the neat emojis. Joining the party, pal. We're all here. Maria Powell is hitting the knee emojis. Here comes Larry Titus. Can't stop Larry. Give me a minute, dude. Let me do the math for a minute. Constantine, neat. Maria Powell, neat. Fish Creek Soap Company, neat. Machine 777, neat. I'm thinking of selling out all of my 300 Matterport and buying a deep in the money GameStop $10 strike for January 2025. What are your thoughts on this? It's your money. It's your life. If you do that and then turn around and write a call for like $4 a call, that's $400. You could probably buy 100 of those those shares back. And you'll be going from 100 shares of Matterport from 300 to 100, and you've got a deep in the money call and you brought in $400. You could do that. Or you keep the money in your account and you're $400 closer to getting another deep in the money call. There's another thought on that. There you go. My dogs got worried as I went knee out loud. They were wondering what the heck is going on. D.A. Judas throwing him. John Anderson's got him. Jess Jane. Hector, sell my house fast. Here come the knee emojis. They're coming from everywhere, as they usually do. The Dow is now up 257. Dude, neat and ketchup. How about that? Thank you all for the knee emoji attack. 240 gain on the Dow Jones. 286 on ME, up 34. GameStop up 14 cents. Bed Bath Beyond up 22. ATIP 0.3 of a penny higher. Tesla up $9. Giddy up, everybody. Kareem is here. Neat. That's it. We're running it, baby. The knee emojis are coming in here. 197 thumbs ups. 3 away from the desperate level of 200 that I seek every day. I desperately beg for 200 a day. And I thank you all so much for helping out. This is great stuff. Keep them coming. And thank you for joining in on the knee attack. Brian, you're there. Love you, buddy. Thank you all. 197 thumbs ups. We're rolling. It's all good stuff. Kids, kids, kids. Never a dull moment in this market. 29-point gain on S&P, 126 NASDAQ. We are slipping a little bit now with 19 minutes to go in the hour, the first hour of trading. We're coming into the last 19 minutes. I'm going to see what this first hour ultimately shows. The Dow is holding 247, very steady. And NASDAQ, S&P 30-point gain, looking at, a little on the lower end of its range, but still holding 30 points. NASDAQ, 131.96, up 1.1%. There you go. Oil down $1.77.47. The spread between 2 and 10-year Treasury yields is on pace for its deepest inversion since October 1981. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing in inversion. And we generally have higher interest rates paid on longer term debt than on shorter term debt. So if you're going to buy a GIC, you should get more money for a 5-year GIC than a 2-year GIC. You should, but right now, if you buy a 2-year Treasury, you get more money than if you buy a 10-year Treasury on interest payoffs. And that's disturbing, and it is concerning. And a lot of analysts are watching this. A whole bunch are watching. They don't like it. They don't like it. Underlying issues. There's something cooking under the surface. We don't like what we see. It could mean lower equity prices. This is what is worrying people. Just say it. I'm just telling you what I hear. I'm just telling you. Not predicting it. I'm telling you what I hear. Okay. Larry, number 200, buddy. You got 200 thumbs ups. The fireworks show should be on if you're going to hit 200 thumbs ups. I mean, you had fireworks yesterday. How come you don't have fireworks today? What is with this channel and the lack of fireworks? Oh, man, that's nice. That is nice. So Financial Mischief says, okay, so my net is as follows. Okay, I kept $250 of the premiums from the October 10 to the March 10. I have no interest in carrying GameStop shares short. So as long as I take a loss, I got out ASAP. I made $646 on the buyback. I made $646 on the buyback. Okay. Susan Shop's about Bruce noticed on GameStop option chain further out, there are September, October contracts at 50 and 75 strikes with thousands of open interest and some volume with a stock at $21. Well, how should we interpret this? Well, these were probably written a year ago. They were probably done way back when they were first created. That's likely what's going on. These were done when the stock was at $150 a share pre-split, $37.50, or they were $200 pre-split, which is $50 a share. That's where these came from. Let's see, Constantine Smiling Splayer. That was fancy. Financial. That said, that isn't the important part for me. The reason I did the roll was to be able to roll out and up easier to raise my strike price. I just happened to get assigned. That's what happened to me. By the way, I'm at 204 thumbs up today, says Splayer, but I'm already longer looking. Right on, pal. Thank you, my friend. Way to go. 244 gain on the Dow right now. S&P up 28, NASDAQ up 128. NASDAQ is still up a percentage point, but it's only 1.06. We were up 1.2% earlier today. The other indexes are slightly a little lower in the deal. Let's see what else is going on here. Thank you, everybody, for being around here. ME at 285 up 33. GameStop 2130 up 20. Bed Bath Beyond 281 up 20. ATIP is up a half a penny now, 41.6. Tesla 211.73 up $10. And SoFi 724 up a nickel. We've got a buy wave coming through here. It happened, obviously. Apple up 158, HBQ up 47, Cyxtera is up 17.5 to 281. Google is down 321. It's the loser today. Moderna up 4. Cisco up 37. Pfizer's up 9. IBM up 91. Microsoft up 530. Rocket Lab's up 17 cents to 496. Matterport at 366 up 12. SmartRent 289.5 up 4.5. Spire up a penny and a half up to 105. See, I'm wondering if shares like ME take a shot today, 33-cent shot right now at 285 because of better results. Could it be that in the next few weeks, when we get the results from our other friends, the former SPACs, we get Matterport, we get SmartRent, Spire, we get these results coming in from these guys, I'm expecting them to have higher numbers because their businesses are rocketing higher. I mean, they're just surging higher. Rocket Lab is another one. I'm expecting their numbers to be much better than the last quarter, than the quarter before, And I'm kind of curious as to how much longer do we wait until these companies are about to turn the corner into profitability. And will they pop like SoFi popped, like ME has now popped? Will the other 6 SPACs, former SPACs, all pop as well? And we bump up by 20, 30, 40, 50% each again as we build momentum towards profitability. This is what I'm curious about. That's why I'm excited about these stocks. If you can average down on these guys now while they're out of favor or unknown, really, that's the story. They're unknown. Maybe that's the way to go. Interesting, isn't it? Thank you all for being here. Let's see. Christine Unkerb has helped me. Should I roll my Tesla call? Now, I wrote it for September for 38.44. It's now trading at 61. Of course, now I don't know which one this is, but can you write one into January of 2024? And can you get either more money and a higher strike? Can you do that? Why not? Why not? Absolutely. How much higher in strike can you get? Chase the stock, follow it up, and get closer. Closer is better, definitely. Tesla right now, 211.84 up 10.55. So financial mischief. So 256 on the assignment and 545 in option premiums. So I'm sitting on $800 in cash from this move. That's what I'm sitting on this move. All right, financial mischief. Don't forget, I only paid $837 for my January 25 10s. So it's nearly paid for. There, that's right. Nice going. 801 in, and you paid $837 for the call. The call's free now. That's a good move. Susan Shops about, thank you for GameStop open interest response. Honestly, so much to look at. Think about. There is no place on the internet for market stock options insights. Give this special guy his thumbs up. We are one of the only. I'm certain. I don't know if there's a single other live channel that talks about writing options. I don't think there is. Now, are there options that talk about buying options? Or like channels that talk about buying options? Yes, I'm sure there are, but there can't be anybody else. I don't think there is anyone else that talks about writing options as its main topic. We are the 1%ers. We really are the outliers, and we make money, and that's the end game here. We seem to be able to make money from all this. Look at the SoFi up 7, Tesla 212, ATIP trying to go higher, Bed Bath Beyond up 23, GameStop up 26, ME 287 up 35, the Dow up 270. We are moving higher. Spire, I'm actually only asking myself, can GameStop go today again above 22? I think it can, he says. It might. We'll see. Christina, Tesla Jan 190 is going for 62. Okay, so you got, you can go from, I don't know what call you have, but you can go into a 190. Then I would, if that's a move up, I'd do that. Yeah, I would do it. Amy J, AJ is here. I'm number 205, better late than never. Thank you, AJ. I love it. Helping us now towards 250. It's never too late. Yeah, Christina, I mean, look, I would look at that trade. Yeah, I would take a good peek at that. I'd look at doing that. If that doesn't cost you any dough to move up into a 190 call, you know, Tesla now 2 213. Maybe you can get even better than the 60 something on that thing. Absolutely. Kareem, exactly. You look at what's just mentioned about all those calls on GameStop, and all those are lost money. I'm not sure what this means. BW, I think it is hilarious when you hit the fireworks montage. Those with subwoofers on their systems, that first salvo of mortars must blast. For those early AM watchers, neighbors are like, "What the heck's going on?" Christina, I've got a 175 right now on Tesla. I can go to a 190. I would do that. Yeah, why not? Deep value. I'm feeding the Tesla $700 billion market cap today, says Deep Value. There you go. 213 now on Tesla. And Christina, if you can make the switch where you can buy back and move the roll up, and you bring in a few $100s as well as moving up 1,500 on strike, you bet. Sure, why not? Fair enough. And that brings you that much closer to the market. Any 10-15% pullback and you're out of the money. You've got out of the money calls now. Yes, certainly. Spicy. Of course. Now I write GameStop and the stock goes up. Well, there you go. Credit Savage. Uncle Bruce, Unity is popping. I sold a March $30 call. I took in $5 and then it ran. So I rolled to August 35 and I took in another 350. Now it's at 42. The stock's at 42, and I can roll to December 40s and take another dollar in or do nothing. What do you think I should do? There's the question. So you're sitting on 35, so you can move up to 40s, December's. Take a look at January's. Can you get in even more money? Could you go to a January 40 and bring in more cash? That might be the move. Don't be afraid to do that. So keep shopping, but check that out too. Yeah, Alberto BW. I do have subwoofers, and I wasn't paying attention as I just took a call. This scared the bejesus out of me. He hit the fireworks buttons, and you never know with this channel what's going to happen next. Oh, you don't know. Oh, fun. Look at the ME 293. Going up again, baby. Here we go. GameStop up 52. Let's go. Go, GameStop. Go. Make my viewers richer. Bed Bath Beyond 281 up 20. ATIP up in half a penny to 41.6. Tesla 213.50 up 12.20. My viewers are getting richer even though it's going up. Deep in the money calls are going up. Their stock is going up. They're doing roll-ups. Why not? Let's go. SoFi 728 up 9. Apple up 164. HPQ up 45. Cyxtera up 18. Google still down 319. Moderna is up 340 but falling. Cisco up 34. Pfizer up 6. IBM up 93. Microsoft up 469. Rocket Lab is up 11. Matterport is up 9. SmartRent up 4.5. Spire up 2. Go baby goes. Amazon up 110. Home Depot up 188, Netflix up 544, Vanik up 669, Adobe up 616, Goldman up 350, Boeing up 13, Meta up 50 cents, only 57 cents. AMC is up 2, and the apes are up 6.5. That's 8.5 cent gain on the units. Royal Caribbean up 42. There you go. There's a brief recap. 250 gain, now 238 on the Dow. But NASDAQ is backing off. It's up 113, only up 0.95. Interesting there. The gap between the Dow and NASDAQ is narrowing. The NASDAQ is, Dow and NASDAQ. Dow's up 0.72, NASDAQ up 0.95. They're close to each other today. Interesting. Oil down 103, 77.44. That's what we got here. Fun times. Credit Savage. Okay, good. Since we preach time is our premium, I didn't want to make a non-head move and move out too far. So I own the stock, so I'm okay going to January. Let's see the chain. BW Alberto, I knew it. I have Raycon earbuds with deep bass, and it shocked me too. Walking around my house in the dark, thought the Russians were here. Wolverines! Watch out for fireworks, kids. Look at those look at our thumbs ups. 209 of them now. 209 thumbs ups. Fantastic. We love it. Thank you all for supporting the channel and bringing those in here. Beautiful stuff, everybody. Welcome to the party. And it's great to see you all here. Coming into the final few minutes of this early morning show. Thank you for all your support and your kind words, and well done on your trades and your rollovers. Always be looking for those. Financial mischief. Spicy, just fold those arms. Alberto shook my coffee mug, but didn't damage the keyboard this time. Coyote, sometimes Octopus actually brushes the mic and it nearly blows my ears and my headphones. Hang on just 1 second. I have to make one little move here. How are you doing there, Auntie Jen?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
You accidentally touched the.
No, you know what happened? We hit 200 thumbs ups, and I said, you know what? If we hit 200 thumbs ups, we'll do the fireworks show. And so we hit 200 thumbs ups, and I hit the fireworks. And Alberto was saying that he's got me on this big ass television, and his subwoofers went.
Oh.
He thought the whole world was imploding on him, and people had earbuds on, and oh yeah.
Yes, you're in people's heads.
I'm in people's heads. I'm in your head. Get out of my head. Oh, yes.
Yes, I have a chair. Why didn't we do this months ago?
Right. So we'll put Auntie Jen on the stool here so she can hang out a little longer with us. Why not? Maria
right.
Powell, Uncle Bruce, now you know how to punk some bagel members. Alberto Coyote. I'm laughing here, or his bagel crunch. John Anderson, good morning to Jen.
Good morning,
Larry Titus, good morning, Jen from Larry. Christina, I think I will wait. I don't want to go too much further. I need to bring this in. Is just fear? Can you help me understand why pushing out can help me? Because you're moving up $15 in strike. That's $1,500 in your pocket if you get exercised. You might as well take the $1,500. Because if the shares back off $10, $15, you're pretty well at the money on your contract instead of still in the money with your 175s. That's the second reason. The third reason, if you can pull this off with a gain on cash, $100, $200, $300, $400, why not take that too? You don't fear the upside on these stocks. You know they go down a lot faster than they go up for any reason. I mean, Tesla could go down $40 in one day because someone said something about something in China that has nothing to do with what Elon did today. It makes no sense. But you'll see stock go from 210 to 170 like that, and you're sitting on 190 calls and you're going, yes, I got 190 calls and I'm 20 out of the money.
You just blew their ears again with your snap.
That's right. Wake up. Yes, you want to do this move. This is a brilliant roll-up move. It's conservative. It's smart. You're taking advantage of the gain of the market. Look, the stock is going up. It's not your fault. You didn't make it go up, but you're happy it is. And you're richer on your deep in the money calls or on your stock. Now you're richer on your call. Use the clock as your weapon to take in this cash and run up the premium on the strike price. Absolutely. It's a win-win. No brainer whatsoever. Alberto, happy to hear you're getting around Auntie Jen. Maria, good morning, Auntie Jen. Marcus, number 211 on thumbs ups. Rolo, what is a good strike for GameStop 10 January 25s? What should I be writing right now? You'd be looking at 24 25s. Go into May, Junes and take in dollars. Look for $4 or $5 contracts where you can bring in 400 a call or more. Can you? Can you do it? Marcus, a dollar diamond. Lorraine, Alberto, do you have Bose sound system or something? Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, check this out. I bought 500 Unity when it dipped to $25. And I've been selling covered calls on them, bringing in 500 here, 200 there. And if I'm assigned at 40, I make 1,500 on the stock and 1,200 on covered calls times 5. That is 6 G's on a stock you bought for $25. Never fear the upside. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is for Christina as well. Christina is getting richer. She doesn't feel it because the stock is up. She doesn't feel richer. She feels like she's trapped, but she's actually doing really well here with a 210 stock, 211 stock. Move up to the 190s into January. Take the higher premium. Yeah. Absolutely. Marcus, Easy. Cindy B, Christina, I'm having the same issue with Tesla. I just rolled from a July 165 to a January 190, and I even paid a couple of bucks, but I need to stay ahead of my deep in the money call. There you go.
Right.
The best part about it is the deep in the money call is getting more valuable the higher this stock goes. Deep in the money calls today on Tesla are $9.61 more valuable each.
They're being their own little hedge fund.
That's right. They're getting richer here. They don't feel it, though, because it's a paper game. Alberto, Lorraine, exactly. I also have a Kitschko system in my media room, which is all good here. Flint Creek, good morning, Auntie Jen from Flint Creek.
Good morning, soul lady.
Good morning. The Credit Savage. I like writing cover calls, laugh out loud. The name of the game is making money. You want your stock to go up, but if it doesn't, you make money too. It all starts with class number 1, kids. Buy the darn classes, says Credit Savage. Flint Creek, go Credit Savage. BW, the Credit Savage, excellent moves are awesome. You have to embrace upward movement of your stock. You want this to happen. These are problems you need in spades. The problem you need is the options you've written are going higher because your stock is going higher, so you roll them forward. Stock keeps going higher, you roll them forward. Stock keeps going higher, you just keep doing it for as long as you can do it, as far out as you can do it. This is the nightmare you need. These are nightmares everyone else wishes they had. Only option writers have these beautiful problems because your deep in the money calls are surging in value. Your stock is going up nicely. Your marginability is growing nicely. You guys are getting richer and richer and richer. Why not let the market go for a run? Go ahead, take a run. But they come back, you know. And when that happens, you want to have written calls way up here. So when the markets drop, your calls are here and the markets are going down here. And there's this massive spread where you're now buying calls back 20 cents on the dollar, 30 cents on the dollar. And now you're doing downward rolls. And you're going from January calls 2024 to June calls 2023, down to May calls 2023, down to April calls 2020, because you're going the other direction. If the stock wants to go up, you go out. Stock wants to go down, you bring it in. That's all you do. You don't have to guess. Just follow the stock. Oh, this is fun. This is so much fun.
ME's still having a good day off their numbers.
Oh, ME, 294, up 42. We're doing great here.
It's up like 10%.
It's fantastic. Financial Mischief. Rolo, if you were asking about buying Jan 25 10s, buy now. They're within the 90-10 rule right now. Cindy B, yesterday, I rolled my deep Tesla 70 Jan 2025s to 90 June 2025s, and I took in cash and I got 5 more months. Good job. That's another double win right there. Absolutely genius. Alberto, the Credit Savage, is a beast. Get that dinero primo. Lorraine, Alberto, we also have the long speakers and smart homes. The lights change with the TV and on the floor all over the house. Alberto, Lorraine, sounds like an amazing system. Roldo, Financial Mischief, thank you. BW, nice to hear your voice, Auntie Jen. Glad you are doing well. Keep going. My wife's a PTA, and she's very impressed with your progress. Keep it up.
Oh, well, thank you. I get to see my PT today. We're now down to only 1 a week. I only have 3 more sessions.
3 more sessions. Christina bought it back for $61.90. Now we resell. $212 on the stock. Yes. Stink offer it. Take a big hit. Get your dough. Get more than $61.90 and move it up. Absolutely. If you can get a $195 off or a $200 off, better. But let's see what it wants to give you. Beautiful, Christina. I love this. Wing Commander for my Tesla September 150s. Yep, still haven't rolled. Is it better to go incrementally, for example, December 160, or bite the bullet and go way out, potentially January 25, 195s? I'm looking at 0 credit rolls. Well, I would say you go as far as you can, as quick as you can. So if you can do a 0 credit roll where it doesn't cost you money, you don't get money, but you don't pay money, and you can roll up from a 150 to a 195 for Jan 25, you could look at that, certainly. I'd look at Jan 24 and see if you can move maybe to 175, 180 perhaps. Maybe you can do that first. Stock goes even higher in the next week or two. If that's what it wants to do, you'll then roll into 2025s or something like that. It could be, you decide which way to go, but you definitely want to move up from 150s. You definitely want to move up right now from 150s. If you can, you should. BW, make sure you save your exercise bands. You can use them as slingshots to fire socks across the room at Bruce while he's doing the show.
There you go. My resistance bands. Here's some resistance.
Why don't I pre-read these comments before I have no time. Christina, 60.35 to 61.35 for January 24, 195s. Christina, we're at 211.68. I don't know what the high is going to be on this stock. Let's see what we got right now here. 212.28 right now. The high today, 214. If the stock wants to give us a little more momentum, that would be fine. I don't know if it will. No guarantees here. And we're at 217 up on the Dow, 85 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is slipping back, which kind of makes me wonder if Tesla's going to slip back a little. 212.70 though, a little pop now. Put an offer in there at 61.95 or 62.45 or 62.95. Play that angle.
A little stinky.
See if they go. It's up to you. But we're not going to quibble over $50, $60. If you can get out a good price, you take it. 61.35 is the best offer. Maybe you go at 61.30 or the first in line. I don't know. See what happens. Splair, I think I take a power nap. You all have a good day. Take care, Splair. Financial Mischief, Rolo, you're welcome. 12.39 is the max bid. So if you can get it under 12, it's a steal. Beach Boy, hey, Auntie Jen, how are you from Beach Boy? Do you have an opinion about the pile dancing performed by some of the bagelers here?
I've heard about the pile dancing.
I tell her.
Better than pole dancing for sure.
Is it?
Well, have they come up with a name for you yet? What your pole name is?
Well, no, it's not me. It started with Alberto. You see, Alberto.
Because no one wants to see you pile dancing.
Oh, God, no. See, Alberto apparently has had 4 wives.
My goodness.
And Alberto is working on 8 more. And some of the folks here are saying the reason he finds these women is that he goes and does the pole dancing to attract them, you see. But then someone said, mistyped it and said he does pile dancing to attract these women. And it's taken on a life of its own. It's gone completely.
Should we comment on the fact that he had 4 wives and now he has a really dope sound system instead?
See, and we don't know if he's married to his 4th one or he's married to a 5th one. We're not sure. I shouldn't pry, you see. So there's all this speculation out there as to what's going on and what's happening here. But that takes away from the idea of just making money around here. So I don't want to offend. Tesla up to 213, climbing again. I know that Christina's watching this very closely. Splair, by the way, Unity's up 15%. I see no explanation for it. Susan shops about. So does this mean, folks, with June, July, August, GameStop 20 strikes to 25, November, December? I thought way further out you write the less depreciation decays when the stock drops as opposed to writing closer in. It's just a question of how far and how fast the stocks are moving. Okay, now GameStop is up 17 cents right now. We're not up $2. We're not up $2 today. We're up 17 cents. So if you've written 20s, you're sitting tight right now because you've got such a fat premium on those 20s. You don't need to do anything with a 21, 20-something stock. You have to do anything. If you've got 18s and you can move up to 20s, great. Do that. If you've got the stock wants to go to 23, 24, you might go from 22 to 25. You might go from 21 to 23. I mean, that's then. But not, at the moment, we're fine. You don't have to go to November, December necessarily. Rolo, Financial Mischief, cool. I'm looking at June 23.75s and they're at 274. Is that enough premium? No. That's my opinion. Not enough. Alberto, Rico Suave is my stage name.
Rico Suave.
I love that. Manager number 221, thumbs up. Wing Commander, January 24, 180s would cost me $1,100 to roll up from 150, and I'm out of powder. Spent it on buying SoFi below 6, so I would need to go on margin to do that. So Jan 24, 180s would cost me $1,100. Okay, well, you're sitting on, I think you're sitting on 150s right now, right? So maybe just move up to 170s. Check those out. No rush. And again, there is no rush here. But, see what you can get. Alberto, I seen AJ there once.
I was the one with the pre-folded euros.
Manager, good morning, AAB. Good morning, Uncle Bruce, Auntie Jen, and all from Manager. BW just bought my 15 and 16th Poor Man cover call on GameStop. These are January 25 10s. Placed my stinks all over the July 20s in the money I know, living on the edge for 529. Giddy up. Well, they're only worth 132. The rest is premium. Nice move. Financial mischief. I don't see 23.75 as a strike price. Flint Creek, it's because he smells so good. That's why he does that. Rolo, sorry, you're right. 23's at 3.35. There you go.
It smells so good because he uses her soap.
That's right. Cashmere. Beach Boy Alberta is giving King Solomon 1,000 wives a run for his money. Alberto, Beach Boy, laughing out loud. Manager, Uncle Bruce, I cannot do any trading. Mirko, Beach Boy, and King Solomon had a lot of both wives and money. Hector, Rico Suave. Rico Suave. There you go. Financial. Going to June, I'd write a 2022 if you're playing it conservatively, says Financial. Susan Shops about Alberto, a.k.a. Rico Suave. Just a little too much info, laughing out loud.
I think you need that.
Rico Suave, too much info. Blair, I would call only Ricoletta Schwab. That's what I call myself as a German. Ricoletta Schwab. Oh, man. Alberto, Hector, I'm laughing here. Flint Creek, Cashmere all day, except yesterday I was a vanilla-scented Latino.
Oh.
The Credit Savage, Alberto, the man of 1,000. Is it migraines? I don't know what that means. Alberto, Susan, laughing out loud. Flint Creek, Alberto, I should send you a T-shirt. Oh, my goodness. We're up 186 on the Dow. We're backing up. Tesla 211, we're backing up. ME 294, hanging in there. GameStop 2132, up 23, holding its own. Bed Bath Beyond up 13 cents. ATIP is at 41, even down 0.2 of a penny. SoFi 718 down 2 cents. Tesla 211.96, just under 212 at the moment. Doesn't look like Tesla wants to really back off. It's just popped over 212 again.
Yeah,
but it's it got up to that 214, and it's
it's just not sure.
$2-3 fluctuation now. Yeah.
People aren't sure.
What do we got here? Credit Savage, just you dare take my name, the Rico Savage, Wing Commander. How about Ricola, Alberto? Alberto, the credit 99 problems, but that ain't one of them. Most people pole dance. Alberto pile dances, very rare, like seeing the dodo bird.
It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn. Flint Creek. Do you like the way I smell? Flint Creek Soap Company. As players laugh. Alberto Bryan for sure. Financial. If you got a sign on those, you're looking at 24.60 to 25.70 ish. I take that chance as financial mister. Drew, great primetime show last night. I crunched the numbers and will attempt to roll my GameStop April 1875s, my May 17.5s and 20s out to the July 19s. Thanks, Financial Mischief, for the tip, says Drew. Excellent. Alberto, Flint Creek, I am walking Clint Freak billboard for sure. Manager, Uncle Bruce, what are the chances SoFi goes to 6 before it goes back up? I feel like selling it some and then buying it back if it gets there. The way it is dropping me, I should lighten up a bit. I would not touch that. I wouldn't do that at all. No way. Credit Savage, why do I picture Pepe Le Pew when Alberto mentions his exploits? Oh, my darling, you are so beautiful.
She's desperately trying to
get away. VW, can one dance around the Festivus pole? That would make an interesting airing of grievances. That's right. The airing of grievances.
Starts with the airing of grievances.
I don't know how this channel works. I don't know how it works. It's unbelievable. I just.
I'm going to maybe go have a quick breakfast before I go to physical therapy.
Yes, I have to get off the air soon and get you there. So we got to say our goodbyes here. 210.72. Financial, Drew, no problem. For whatever reason, those July 19 seem to be a premium sweet spot. Wing Commander,
211.
Tesla might want to reverse, although it is attempting to break multi-year support resistance, which extends all the way back to 2021. Break above, and we are heading much higher. Alternate fake out. Lorraine, maybe he meant migrants. BW, what part is airing? Alberto, the Current Savage, and BW, you guys making me laugh. Drew, a financial mister, I totally agree. I've got stink bits in. Let's see what happens. Okay, there you go. Kids, we got to go. I got to get Jen to the physiotherapist, and we got to get her ready for that. And I'll get some rest after that and get ready for you guys at 3 o'clock this afternoon as we finalize the day today. Thank you all for being with me today. Uncle Bruce, I rolled my GameStop Tesla from 130 to 35, December 23 to Jan 24. Did not make money on the roll. Christina, thoughts on writing lower than 175? List as 165 a month earlier than September. I don't know about that. Credit Savage. No, I meant chitlins and hammocks. That's what I meant. Good Lord. I don't know what's going on here. John Anderson, thanks everybody. Financial, Drew, good luck. I look forward to hearing what you get. Alberto, Zed, you look like you took an additional on strike. Zed, rolling is a skill, and I need more practice. There you go. We're up 222 on the Dow. Another run coming. 294 on ME. 2135 up a quarter on GameStop. Bed Bath Beyond up 14. Tesla's up to 211.58 again. It's climbing again. SoFi 718 down a penny. Drew, I'll keep you all posted. All right, guys, take care for the rest of the show this morning. I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern. We'll keep you posted on what's going on. We'll watch these markets together, and let's see how you guys do on the rollovers. Splair, have a good breakfast or snack, y'all. See you later. BW, markets are blah. This show made my day. Laughs always heal the soul, says BW. There you go. We never stop. Always having fun around here. 294.5 on ME. Go, ME, go. Zed Estate. Alberto, I know while rolling at this level was never rocket. Next time it'll be better. Bama Babe. Later all. Larry Titus. Have a good afternoon, everybody. All right, we'll see you at 3 o'clock, guys. Take care. Bye for now.